Amber Cove, Dominican Republic has become one of the most popular cruise ports in the Caribbean. There are a ton of different choices you can make about what to do when you're there, and you'll want to make the most out of your time while at this beautiful port. So I'm here to help. I'll tell you about the port, including shopping in the pool complex, touring Puerto Plata, and some of the excursions that are available. Let's talk about it. You're watching Cruising with Dee. Amber Cove is located on the northern coast of the Dominican Republic near the historic city of Puerto Plata, which was established in 1503. The port is relatively new, though, built in 2015 by the Carnival Corporation, and since it was purpose-built with cruisers in mind, it is truly an outstanding port. It is also in a stunning setting surrounded by lush green hills and gorgeous turquoise water. I love this port and I have enjoyed multiple visits there, but there's a lot that you'll want to know before your first visit there. Let's start with the port facility. Right off the dock, in easy walking distance, you'll find ample shopping to the left and an incredible pool complex with zip lining, water sports, cabanas, bars, and food to the right. If you need them, pedicabs are available to get you to the port facilities from the dock. The shopping area is huge, and I really enjoy the variety of shops. You can find everything from cruise attire to duty-free items, souvenirs, even a pharmacy for those who are so inclined. Just a note about the pharmacy, it is very expensive, but you can purchase items that are not available in the United States without a prescription. As to the legality of that, you need to check it out before shopping at the pharmacy. That aside, the pharmacy is convenient if you have a sudden medical need. On one cruise, I had a blister that became infected and I was able to get proper antibiotic treatment. Besides the shopping, there are places to get food, including a nice waterside restaurant with live music, a bit of waterfront to walk by, and a giant Amber Cove sign, which is great for those social media posts. On the right side of the port is the immense pool complex. It has a lovely tropical vibe. We were there on a sunny day and I knew I was on vacation. Just to note that this is not a peaceful pool scene. There's loud music and zip lining going on overhead. You can even climb to the top of the hill on a bar with an incredible view of the pool and port. However, if you're looking for a more peaceful scene, I'd recommend an excursion to one of the local beaches. Or if you can afford it, there are lovely cabanas that are over the ocean which would allow some privacy and peace. Both poolside and oceanside cabanas start at $499.99 for the day, and what it includes varies. The ocean cabanas, for instance, come with some water sports, snacks, water, soda, Wi-Fi, and cable TV, and both types of cabanas can accommodate up to 8 guests. If you're looking for adventure or you're into history, an excursion might be more your style. It's easy to pick up your shore excursions when you exit the ship at Amber Cove. They leave from a covered canopy area right past the shopping area. If you're looking for adventure, the Damajagua waterfall is a very popular excursion. I've wanted to do this one, but being a bit of a klutz, I have decided it wasn't for me. For this excursion and for some of the other active excursions, you need to be honest with yourself on your fitness level and sure-footedness. For instance, the all-day Triple Damajagua adventure includes a walk up a steep hill to the top of the waterfalls, which you come down, plus zip lining and driving off-road vehicles. Other active things you can do at this port include catamaran trips, snorkeling, dolphins, and adventures in off-road vehicles. For something more relaxing, there are numerous beach excursions. There are miles and miles of beautiful beaches in the Puerto Plata area. One of my favorite excursions, which is not strenuous at all, is a visit to Monkeyland, where you get to meet and interact with spider monkeys. As for history, there are walking tours of Puerto Plata and bus tours of the city as well. There's even a tour of Puerto Plata in classic cars. Some of the city tours include shopping. The Dominican Republic is known for the light blue Larimar stone, a rare variety of pectolite. Larimar is a personal favorite of mine. I'm not big into gems and jewelry, but I love the uniqueness of the Larimar. It is found nowhere else on Earth, so it's also a true souvenir of the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic also has ample deposits of amber, and hence amber jewelry. Cigars, chocolate, coffee are other signature items from the island that you can shop for. Puerto Plata itself is a delightful colonial-era city filled with history. The square and surrounding shops are especially welcoming to tourists. And additionally, for history buffs, there is Fortaleza San Felipe, an historic Spanish fortress that was built in 1564. It's set in a gorgeous seaside setting and is also a museum where you can look at things that represent the history of the fort. You need to know that Puerto Plata is not that far away from the port, and so it's possible to do a morning tour there, then return to the port area with plenty of time to visit the port and pool and shops. I did this on a recent trip to Puerto Plata on the Mardi Gras, and it makes for a fun, long, full day. A little more on excursions. I can't personally recommend all the different excursions, but I can tell you what I've done and what I've enjoyed at Amber Cove. I've been to Monkeyland, which was delightful and fun. You get to interact with the spider monkeys and learn all about them. You also get to see some of the countryside as you travel to Punta Cana. I've also taken a tour of Puerto Plata, which included the square, a Larimar jewelry store, the colorful umbrella street, also a great spot for selfies, and a cigar shop and a coffee stop. Finally, on our latest Mardi Gras trip to Amber Cove, my husband and I were with another couple, and we rented a private van tour from Carnival. At $299, it seems pricey at first look, but at $75 per person, which is the cost of many excursions, it was reasonable. The private van tour can take up to 6 people and would therefore be even less per person. Our tour had a driver and a guide. We had friends with us that were visiting the Dominican Republic for the first time, so we wanted a broad overview of a bunch of places on the island. Our tour was about 4 hours long, and within that time, we got to see a bunch of different things. We got views from up in the hills, we drove through Puerto Plata, including the outskirts, spent some time downtown. That included the main square with visits to a lovely ice cream shop off the square, a quick tour of the church, Cathedral San Felipe, the Umbrella Road, and our favorite coffee shop. We visited an amber museum with an amber and Larimar shop, and although this is not the main amber museum on the island, we shopped for some completely handmade Larimar and silver jewelry pieces. We drove along the beach area for a while and got some photos, then visited the fort to end the tour. The private van tour is completely customizable to your interests, which makes it especially fun. We got back to the port at about 1 p.m. The tour left at about 9, and we had time for lunch on the ship. Then we went to the pool area at the port, plus did some port shopping. We walked back onto the ship about a half hour before the all aboard call, so we planned it really well. So it's from experience that I know you can do both an excursion and the port area on the same day in Amber Cove if you plan it right. Now, I've got an important note for you about safety in the Dominican Republic. But before I tell you about that, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you who are helping my channel to grow. And a big thank you from me in advance if you would also hit the like button. It lets YouTube know that you value my content. Okay, back to safety. Please be aware that although I've always felt safe in the Dominican Republic, especially in the Amber Cove area, the Dominican Republic has a Level 2 warning from the U.S. Department of State. As of February 1st, 2023, the warning means visitors should take extra precautions due to violent crime, such as armed robberies, sexual assaults, and murder. So use your common sense when there. Don't display obvious wealth, and don't venture into sketchy areas alone or with strangers. For me, a warning such as this means I'm most comfortable with taking ship excursions when I'm in Amber Cove. I don't feel comfortable taking a cab ride or tour with an unvetted stranger, and I certainly don't want to drive myself around alone. However, if you're an experienced traveler, your comfort level may vary, and you may feel very comfortable touring at your own pace, but again, that's for an experienced traveler. So that's my cruise port guide to Amber Cove. If you've been to Amber Cove, please let me know in the comments what your favorite excursion is there and why. Also, if you've toured the area without an excursion, I would love to hear about that and what your solo travel adventure was like. I've started a video series on cruise ports. This is my second one after Port Canaveral, and I have many more to follow. I also have started a cruise port short series. These are quick 1-minute looks at interesting facts and things to do, and beautiful spots at the different cruise ports. My first two are on Grey Cliff Hotel in Nassau and a quick visit to Charleston, South Carolina. So check those out on my channel page. Thank you so much. You've been cruising with Dee. See you soon.